Hey guys, I'm Robbie Valentine, lead guitarist of Va Va Voom. Recently, Fluff put up a video about 5 points of touring when his band toured with the Used recently, and they were all good points, but I wanted to add a few more points, and they were not just for touring musicians, but anyone who's actively gigging. So that might be going on the road for a couple days, a couple weeks, couple months, a weekend, 2 nights in a row. Anytime you're really not going to touch base someplace like home, where you can do whatever you want. So if you are not a touring musician, but you've played 2 gigs in 2 days and not gone home in between, maybe you slept at a friend's house, this one's for you. We're going to focus mainly on hygiene, which sounds funny. It's not the glamour of rock and roll and music, and we're not going to talk about guitars, we're not going to talk about pedals, we're not going to talk about anything like that. Just going to talk about hygiene. Part of being, I guess, the musician's look is that you're going to look a little dirty, a little sleazy, a little worn in, a little badass, mysterious. That's cool. You can look however you want. Don't smell. Please, guys, if you're a musician, don't feed into that stereotype of the filthy musician who stinks, who doesn't bathe, who is crusty, who, just because you're starving doesn't mean you have to smell. Which brings us to the easiest way not to smell is to shower. So if you play shows, let's say a Friday night, take a shower before that show. If you come home from work or do anything really, you should try your best to take a shower before the show so you don't smell. This leads into point number 2, which is if you're doing your job, I think, on stage in those hot lights, you're probably going to sweat a bit or a lot of bit. You might, sweat kind of brings smell sometimes, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. If you sweat on stage and you smell, that's fine. You're doing, you're working hard. You're especially if you're active on stage, it's kind of like athletic for 45 minutes or so or half hour. Bring deodorant with you. Body spray, but it could be a body spray. It could just be a roll-on stick, of deodorant, something like an Old Spice or a Speed Stick or anything. A lot of people look at a stick of deodorant or antiperspirant and it says good for 48 hours. So they put it on in the morning and that's it. Guys, that's for like the average person. If you're an active on stage or you're going to be in close proximity with people, you're allowed to put on deodorant more than once in a 48-hour period. It might say 48 hours or let's say 24 hours. You could put it on all the time. Put on some before you go on stage. Go on stage, play, work up a sweat, get off stage, put some more on. That's okay. It's not going to hurt you. And, it's better than smelling. Please, nobody wants to, you want to talk to your fans and meet people and they walk up to you, oh my God, you were so good, and then they get a whiff of you and they don't want to talk to you anymore. And that's not cool. So please don't stink. If you're in a car or a van traveling with your band, don't stink. That sucks. It really sucks being in cramped quarters with people who smell. And if the whole band smells, it's going to make the van smell, the car smell, whatever. You're going to get out. It's going to make all your stuff smell. Even if you do shower and stuff, your stuff's going to smell. And you don't want people coming around, and you don't want to be the stinky band, the stinky guy. So don't do it. What could also help if you're not in a position to shower, sometimes it happens. Baby wipes. Get a CVS or Walgreens, grab some baby wipes. You could use those to kind of, wipe yourself down, wipe the sweat off. I recommend everyone bring a towel when you get off stage, but, maybe you want to just freshen up a little bit more. Get some baby wipes, wipe down. It also helps if you set up on stage. Sometimes you have to touch dirty things, plugs, outlets, move stuff in and out, away. Your hands might get dirty, your clothes might get a little dirty. Baby wipes work on clothes too. You get a little dust or grime, you can just quick wipe it off. Wipe your hands with baby wipes, your face. For me, I kind of have not long hair, but it requires product to tame. Sometimes when you sweat, the product and the grease, it'll come down on your face. You'll get like a little greasy look. And a lot of people want to take pictures on maybe right when you get off stage fans or friends or your family or whatever, you don't want to look like, have lines of grease or stuff coming down your face. Just get some baby wipes, wipe yourself off. It'll give you, you'll feel fresh, which makes for better pictures and smiles, and you don't look like if you get a little smudge of something. You got something on your hands, you touch your face, now you're smudged on your face. You keep wiping it, but it just spreads. Get a baby wipe, wipe it off. You'll feel better. If you talk to people, nobody wants to have bad breath. Everybody keeps gum or mints in their bag. That's great. Brush your teeth, especially if you're on the road. Yeah, I'm not in a hotel or something. It's okay. Bring a toothbrush, bring toothpaste. You could use some water in the bathroom sink of wherever you're playing, or bottled water. Brush your teeth. There's really no excuse to go more than 12 hours without brushing your teeth. I shouldn't have to tell adults this, even if you're a 14-year-old kid playing, gigging, 16, whatever. Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth before you go on stage. Brush your teeth before you plan on being in close proximity of people. If you're doing any interviews, if you plan on being on your merch table and talking to people, brush your teeth. Some venues offer you a meal. That's great. Whatever it is, pizza, pasta, a burger, anything. Everybody loves free food, especially when food's hard to come by. Brush your teeth after. You don't want to have coffee breath or pizza breath or burger breath or stuff in your teeth. You're going to take a picture, you're going to smile. You want to have stuff in your teeth. It ruins the picture. It makes you look silly. Everyone wants to look their best. So brush your teeth. You could use gum, you could use mints, you could use mouthwash. Those are good. I'm not saying don't use those things, but let's not forget to brush our teeth with a toothbrush and toothpaste. Another thing I'll add, guys, is carry Febreze with you. Throw it in your gig bag or in the merch box or whatever. I understand it's hard to do laundry if you're... This goes mostly for bands that are on the road. Sometimes you don't have time to go to a laundromat and wash the clothes you perform with. A lot of bands might have the same clothes they perform with night after night. If you're one of those bands that dress up in you have a certain look or a costume or a stage outfit. When you're on stage, you're going to sweat. And you're going to sweat into that outfit. And I understand that maybe, it costs money, that costume, and you don't want to keep washing it and deteriorating it. Listen, I understand that. Buy some Febreze. Spray it with Febreze so you don't stink. You need to do laundry, like wash your clothes to get out sweat stains. You can get around that by just spraying with some Febreze. Spraying your costume with Febreze, at least to get the stink out of it. Can't do anything about the sweat lines or smudges or dirt. You have to wash your clothes for that. But you can at least Febreze your clothes so you smell fresh. And that's nice to, put on your outfit, your costume, your jackets, your shirts, whatever, before you get on stage. And having them smell crisp and nice and not stale from being in your luggage or the floor of the van or a box or something like that. Just smell crisp and clean, and anyone that gets close to you is going to really appreciate that. A lot of times you might wear a costume on stage or a shirt on stage and sweat into it, and then you're going to go to the merch table to meet people, fans, take pictures, sign things, sell things. That's cool. You should consider changing your shirt. If you're the kind of person that sweats through your clothes, change your shirt. Bring an extra shirt. You don't have to stand at the merch table in a soaked t-shirt because you had so much fun on stage. People know who you are. They're going to know you just played. If they're at your merch table or they're walking up to you to say hi, they know who you are. They're not going to be confused by you wearing a different shirt. Change your shirt. If you wore a hat and you sweat through your hat, change your hat. If you wore pants and you sweat through your pants, change your pants. Please don't meet people with soaking wet stuff. They're going to want to give you a hug. Then you have to, I'm sorry, I'm sweaty. Just change your shirt. Towel down and change your shirt. It takes 2 seconds. Come on, guys. You want to be a professional? Act like a professional. Next point, going with the Febreze, is you can Febreze your costumes all you want or your outerwear. Change your underwear and change your socks. Let me say this again for the people in the back. Change your underwear and change your socks every day. Don't Febreze your underwear. Don't Febreze your socks. First of all, you can get athlete's foot, fungus, crotch rot from wearing the same underwear and socks over and over and over again. No matter how much you Febreze it, bacteria builds up, sweat builds up, and then you're going to have a real hard time when stuff is itching and burning when you don't want it to. To avoid that, change your underwear often, change your socks often. Second, if you're living the rock star life and you might meet somebody after a show that wants to see you with your underwear and only your underwear on, or less, you don't want them to strip you down and you have gunky underwear and socks that just stink and they have stink lines and they reek and they can stand up by themselves. Because then what's under that? You know, guys and girls, please change your underwear, change your socks, any undergarments. You can Febreze the costumes, like I said. Don't Febreze the underwear. If you have to wear a shirt underneath or a tank top, do that. Don't Febreze that. Throw those underwear and socks and t-shirts or whatever into the wash. Don't rewear them. Don't Febreze them. One use only before laundry day, and then you can reuse them. Outerwear, costumes, Febreze, underwear, socks, laundry. That's pretty much it, guys. So check out Fluff's video. I'll put it in the description. They were good tips. A lot of people have tips. I don't see a lot of people talking about hygiene. We shouldn't have to talk about hygiene at this point. You know, if you're a professional, act like a professional, but maybe you didn't know. So I hope this tip finds you out. Again, we're going to brush our teeth. We're going to use mouthwash, mints, gum, not to replace brushing our teeth, but to keep our breath fresh for when we talk to people. We're going to take showers. If we can't take showers, we're going to use baby wipes or at least towel down. We're going to change our clothes when they're sweaty and dirty. We're going to Febreze our outerwear so they don't stink. And we're going to change and wash laundry, our underwear and socks. We don't Febreze those. Deodorant is good to up to 48 hours, but you can use it 4, 5, 6 times a day just to feel clean. Why take the chance? Don't stink. Please, nobody likes to be sitting at a bar or a venue or standing or waiting online for anything or anywhere near you if you smell. Your people will remember that you stink long after you're gone. They're going to take your record and they're going to throw it in the garbage and they're going to laugh at the stinky guy no matter how good your band is. Don't smell. Be clean. Look dirty. You can look dirty because that's cool, but be clean. And those are all my tips for touring or gigging musicians. My name's Robbie Valentine. You're here on my channel. I'm the guitarist from Va Va Voom. And check those links in the description to check out the band. And just know if you ever see us live, you can come give us a hug because we all smell great.